All right, hello. It's Saturday night. We're back for yet another stream. Looking forward to making some more progress on this full mechanics aerial. It's been fun so far. Hoping to finish up the arms, and then who knows what's next? Probably the waist unit, maybe. So looking forward to that. We are giving away an MG GINN tonight, so stay tuned for that. Looking forward to that as well. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Great week, hopefully better than mine. I feel like I had a kind of stressful, crazy week this week. Let's see what else. I'm gonna jump into the chat and say hello in a moment here. Before I do, let's see a couple quick things. Number one, if you enjoy these streams, hit that like button. It helps other people see the streams, which I think is generally a good thing. I want to welcome more people to this community we've got going on here. Two, we do have super chats enabled, and we also have the Streamlabs tip link down in the description as well if you prefer that over the YouTube super chat, super thanks, whatever that mechanism's called. Any revenue from that goes right back into the streams. So more giveaway prizes, backup giveaway prizes, things like that. And what else was I going to say? And then I guess finally, we do have a sale going on over at Mecha Warehouse this weekend. AUG sell 15 for 15% off select items. Nice collection, almost 200 items, I think. A lot of good stuff in there. So maybe peruse that during the stream tonight and see if there's anything you happen to need for your backlog. So that all said, I'm gonna jump in the chat, say hello, and then get back to building and all the other good stuff. So it's a Dylan Dull, Wolfpack, Pockets, Digital Baka, Kilo Delta, Kai, Romano, Matthew Russ, R. Prats, Martin, what's up? Josh, Thomas, Gail Gorgs, Lord Kronos, Anthony Sermoshi, Studio AU, little GINN suit from kind of see how big is the kit built. I mean, I think it's typical MG size, but I haven't built it, so I'm not sure. What's up? Maverick Entity, Heathcliff, Studio AU, Mad Mike, Austin Berlini, Blast Rebuilds, Bird Soup, MZ, Irving Rodriguez. Just started this hobby a few weeks ago and have absolutely fallen in love. Well, welcome to the hobby, Irving. John Bonda, what's up? Alolan Sandslash, what's up? Argent Griever, FTL Drive, Kronos, Rob Sadler, sorry. Wyatt, Mark D, Lego Yoda, Jason S, Nafa Fan, Hunter Thomas, Sergeant Slayer, Phoenix Soldier, Riptos, Velcro Shoe Guy. Thanks for the super chat, Velcro Shoe Guy. Where was I? Mad Mike. I feel like I quit my job of 10 years this week and got my business license and going solo. Awesome. What kind of business, Mike? Ricochet, what's up? I repaired my FM aerial today. Didn't mask the waste connection before paint top coating. Unfortunate. That's a bummer. What's up, Adam? Bird Soup, what's up? Drowsy Dude, Adrian, Pull Up, Moho Ho, Big Papa Effie, Skyrider, RJM, Irving, Darth Vader Lives. How's it going? Been about 8 years since my last build. Sandra looking to get back in building. Awesome. Well, welcome back. Morgan, what's up? Even just ordered a couple of kits on Monday. Got through today. Gotta love how quickly you guys get the stuff out. Well, thank you, Daniel. So Phil, Matthew, Mad Mike, do custom automotive upholstery. Oh, awesome. Very cool. All right. So I think that I'm covered already, so I should get back in the building here. D18 and 20. This is the kind of part I like, where all the nubs are on the end of pegs, and presumably they're all going to be hidden. What's up, Radagast? What's everybody up to this evening? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm getting a little bit anxious. NEMEC is just over a week away, 8 days to go. A week from tomorrow. It's gonna be an awesome event, I think. Really looking forward to it. But this is a crunch week with everything that's not already in coming in and getting everything set up. Figuring all the last minute stuff out. Okay, let's see 3 and 4. Sprayed aqua gloss on some Delonza parts, waiting for it to cure so I can panel line later. Nice. When in doubt, Nick just offloaded onto Patrick. We're getting some weathering aside to the incoming kids from you guys. Might have gone a bit overboard with ordering. Nice. Anyone serves with your guy Patrick with help me with the ding and den order. Have one less order to pay and all square. Nice. Knobs on HGL for Thorn kit to be pretty bad. It's a bummer. And Nick, I just realized that no bandit pre-order on the website. Is there any reason for it? I believe you guys talked about this before, but maybe I just didn't find it. So earlier this year, we lost our direct relationship for Bandai Hobby. We still are allowed to order other stuff, but we don't tend to get a lot of other stuff from them. And so we got kind of spooked on Bandai pre-orders until we figured out the distributor situation. I was actually having a conversation with Kate today about how we might return to that. Possibly, I'm talking about maybe going to a slightly different model for pre-orders. I think we have the capability to do a small deposit instead of full prepay, and would probably adopt like, you know, maybe like a 10% deposit or something, but it'd be non-refundable. So that would essentially be your cancellation fee if you canceled, and it would solve a bunch of our problems. A few other details that would be in there as well, but could be mulling that over this week and potentially launching that soon. But that's basically the why. Just placed an order, wanted to get the Standing Tortoise and a couple other kits on the weekend sale, but the spring cleaning discount tortoise was bigger than the weekend sale. There's probably a few items like that. I was going to work on Himoxie and Thor, but I started painting Shadow Dragon. I kind of want to keep it rolling. Nice. What's up, Peter? 2 MG kits this weekend. Can't wait to build them. These do better than in games for P Bandai. We don't carry any P Bandai because honestly, it's next to impossible to do it ethically, as far as I'm concerned. I think there's some exceptions, but we basically got to buy it from the same place that everybody else can and then mark it way up. So I want to know how long the guide notes gloss black dry before putting Alclad to chrome over it. Probably depends on your humidity a little bit. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was going to go back to when in doubt, Nick just offloaded onto Patrick. I don't think that's going to happen this week because he's got display listings to prep for that restock that just arrived, or partially arrived. I think half arrived this week, the other half arrives Monday if tracking's accurate. So he's going to be a little busy. Pre-orders suck, but the warehouse system works better. At least have it as a private warehouse around 60 days. Private warehouse is super hard to do. We don't offer any sort of private warehouse because the logistics and cost is just insane. I built Linux since I finished the TAM 2 last month, jumping in on my HG desk site I found today. Way to request Bandai make kits. The pod from here is begging for a kit and then make the flight suit already. I don't think so. Get to the province gun with the sale. Good deal. Nice. Sorry, I'm late. Hope everyone is doing well. What's up, Tim? You know when you might get more of the Temjin back in stock. I'm not sure. I think it's still on the shelf at the distributor, so we probably could just order it again. I just don't know when we'll be ordering from that distributor again. What's up, Artie? I'm HG Nemo, so my master grade has a little buddy. Nice. Built an RG Sinju thing is badass. Nice. I haven't built any Sinjus yet. I wonder when I would. What's up, Celestial Beans? Long time no see. Well, the winners of the Friday D&D. You up? I'll be drawing those probably tomorrow. Too many backlogs trying to mod my Devon fast and build Theta Plus. Those spare parts from the ZZ. Scared of checking the sale. My wall might run off if I do it. Build an MG GINN tonight because can't go best outfighters grow. 2 years from now, Nick, one wood from our Curie Kids finally ends. Winners should be up tomorrow, Matthew. Barry, which judge build was yours? Curious if I'm right. I guess Patrick's correctly already. Yeah, I'll have to ask next week, I guess, because I don't want to give it away. You notice I've gotten away. I'd be creeping from time to time. Yeah, I feel like I used to see you more frequently in the chat, so welcome back. Has everybody had a chance to look at the redacted builds? The video went up, was it Wednesday, with all of the entries for the public voting component. There's some really, really good builds in there. Bet I'd release an FM Sword Calamity. Always a chance. Yes, super impressed. Did watch it good. Watched a lot of awesome builds. What's up, El Tyson Not? There were a ton of good ones. We're still in the process of judging. We're having everybody on the judging team pick their 3 favorites for each category, and then putting it all together. And that way we narrow it down because there's so many good ones, and I'm struggling, especially with the out of the box category. There are just so many good builds. God, I don't mind to pay the deposit. I found out that I didn't pay the tax from your website. You also mentioned in a weekly video. Yeah, no sales tax here in New Hampshire. Definitely pre-order from you. When you order more, sometimes the tax can buy an MG kit. Very true. The out of box category is the hardest to choose, definitely. The other ones, I think part of the reason it's almost easier with the open is, well, people went deeper in and made more stuff for it. There's like more opportunities for mistakes. There's more opportunities for differentiation, and it makes it a little bit easier, I think, to choose. But I still struggling on that one too. All out, they're amazing. What should have been a great idea was not nearly ambitious enough. Generic glass file has the same performance as the Razer glass file. I've only used the Razer Origins, what I've been using on stream, and I've never used a regular, like, no name brand glass file, so I can't really compare. A lot of good out of box builds. I know I usually check YouTube. It's certain work since home. Mostly, but I lost my headphone jack adapters. Fast week, no phone watching during breaks, but I'm catching up soon. Don't envy the redacted judges. It's a tough pick. Lots of good stuff in there. Absolutely. So ambitious build wise, that I was really scared knowing the added part would all increase my chance of errors. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you can execute well and do something really ambitious, it pays off, but it also comes with a risk that something doesn't work the way you plan, or something breaks, or whatever. So I definitely felt that, trying to trade off of how crazy could I get without risking not being able to execute. So would you recommend the Razer? I use a hobby knife for removal of nubs. I've been using it since, was it like October last year? And I've been loving it. I sometimes use sanding sponges still for certain things, but the razor's been my go-to 95% of the time. I'll get the MG SD barber toast. I don't think it's come out yet. It's best to repaint the MG Phoenix or leave its gold coating. Hey Nick, was running late. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Hobby Barbados? Okay, let parts dry to airbrushing and leaving them in the garage if it's cold, like in December, or the cold would damage the paint. I don't think cold would necessarily damage the paint. Humidity can be a problem. Probably depends on how cold and the type of paint, but I don't think that's a problem. But maybe someone else has experience with that. Had a break in my build, I just incorporated into the building. Nice. Michigan cold, like minus 10 to 10 degrees. Yeah, hopefully someone can chime in that maybe has first-hand experience. Because that does seem cold, so I could see that being an issue. Are you spraying in that temperature too, or just letting it dry there? Might take longer to dry. Simple in my open build, it was all new. I just seen the quality of stuff people did. I don't have to go all out future builds. I love the learning curve, makes everything exciting. There's definitely a lot of cool inspirational ideas in there. I know I learned a lot of stuff working on my builds. It's not Barbados, it's in the Gundam, it's actually at the country pronounced Barbados. Gotcha. Who did B2 just ask how they did the painting on the melted armor bits. It's clearly used fire, but the detailing is what elevated that. Good old murder kid and said I do not paint. They'd probably say don't do it. If it sprays in that temperature, I guess my suggestion would be is to try it on some spoons or something and see what happens. I think that's like my go-to, or like the runner material for the types of plastic you're going on works well too. Test it out before you do it on a kit that you don't want to ruin. Although generally if it did cause a problem, you'd probably just strip the paint off and start again if you didn't like it. And see, it's best to paint in the summer so the garage is warm. I've noticed that the layers are light, they flash cure. Try having a space heater if you're doing it in the winter. Probably would help. Probably help in general. I can't imagine trying to manipulate an airbrush in like 10-degree weather. Fine motor skills and super cold is a challenge at best. What's up, Red Mono Eye? J plus K, what's going on? Hopefully next year's our Gumbo group project in for Edmonton Anime Thought Convention is to build a scale barber toast that's 7 feet tall. Wow. It's a Buttercup. J the 400 gotta ask, you guys know when the Turn A MG is gonna reprint, or is that something that just shows up? I don't know currently. I've been seeing some interesting news among the back channels of distributors this week that even confirmations might be kind of going away. It leaves things more doubtful. In the whole pre-order situation especially, that they're just going to start shipping things and not ever confirm them, I guess, before they ship them. Supposedly it's to help speed things up or something, but It's kind of nuts actually. 2-week break in building. Might start to build tomorrow. Nice. Airbrush in the basement. It's a cost temperature. To appreciate runners until the USS Arizona. I'm building for my brother-in-law. And you'll buy whatever we make, Baka. It's not even necessarily that. It's just like confirm what we're gonna get, and ideally sooner rather than later. We don't deal directly with them anymore for Bandai Hobby, but it's nice to know whether you're actually going to get the things you're ordering, you know? And at what quantities. I suspect it's partially because they're probably fulfilling 100% most of the time. I think the stuff we've asked our distributors for have had very high fulfillment rates lately. Or so far, I guess. We're still working through like the first quarter of orders with our other distributors that were pre-orders, but Bandai made the pre-order schedule the opposite of preventing the reselling of their new releases. Expecting runners on my pre-order. Awesome Gone and Gurren Lagann kits that came in while I was on vacation for a week. Box was banged up, but luckily Mecha Warehouse packing team did a great job as always. I'm glad the runner survived okay. Okay. So one. Thoughts in the area you're building? It's been great. Oh, you're still working on FM Aerial? I am. It's been good so far. I definitely would recommend it. To me, it's like super close to what you'd expect from an MG without being an MG. There's definitely a few differences, but it's really good. What's up, Erfig? I enjoyed the Redacted video. It was great to see everyone's different takes in the same kit. The portion of FM Aerial is really good. I enjoyed the finished product. Yeah, I mean, it's looking really good so far. I'm looking forward to having this thing all the way together. I might have to snag another one at some point to paint. Currently 10 hours into my first third-party kit. Noxie and Thor, absolutely impressed with the kit so far, highly recommend it. Is this full mechanics air build going to get the Cosmos LED put in there? Not sure if Nick's said anything about that. No plan for the LED. I'm going to start my FM Aerial, but I'm working on 2 armor kits for friends. I feel like the FM so far compared to the HG. I like it better than the HG so far. I think just partially because of the size. Could just be that I've been starved for 1/100 kits lately. I've been building so many HGs for all the Witch kits. But it's been good. Thanks for the sub, Gabriel Hart. just paint a second one of blues colors. That'd be pretty cool. Waiting to do the FM aerial because I had the LED kit pre-order. The Cosmos LED kit for my FM aerial, so she'll sit in the backlog until that comes in. So Double O Gundam Exia. We're gonna start the first draw for that MG Gin in a little bit. What other G which kiss do y'all want to see in the FM line? I love the Schwartz and Bald Daryl. Oh, Daryl Baldhead maybe? I'll have to pick up 2 of which Mercury display stands to display all the gun bits, of course. The LEDs, but haven't ordered an aerial yet. That's funny. We've got the full mechanics aerial in stock still right now. Nick wants a heavy arms FM because must have one in every model grade. My 4-year-old does YouTube running on the other side of his room, and out of nowhere here, Kamehameha clearly did something right. Clearly. Band name. How you liking this aerial so far? It's good. Music, that's what I was looking for. Charles Frederick Anderson, Michael J. Black, and some other names. Looks like just a bunch of artist names. Say the gun bit stands, the attachment to Action Base 5 are awful, constantly falling off. I end up super gluing it together. That's a bummer. Just get top heavy easy. That makes sense. Drawball did be epic. I think what would be the one that makes the most sense to do. I haven't watched the second season yet, so it's probably one of those ones that makes a lot of sense. Kind of surprised there isn't like a P Bandai full mechanics aerial rebuild or something with the you know, just a couple of part swaps that's probably required to convert it. Mecha Warehouse have another mystery box for August since the big box sold out so quickly. No, just the next box will be what, September. I gotta figure that out. Actually, it's on my list to do this coming week. All right, let's got those done. So C1 and 224. But the new box, the September box, should go up for sale either end of this coming week or early the following week. But I say that not currently knowing what it is, so gotta figure that out with the August box. So many possibilities. What's up, Inabito? Okay, let's figure out this first draw. Let's see. Okay, so for the first draw for giving away this MG Mobile Gin, we're going to do a number from 1 to 1100 and answer the question: if you could only build one kit for the rest of your life, what would that kit be? Maybe you can build multiple instances of it, but you can only build that one kit. So 1 to 1100, what kit would be the one kit you would build for the rest of your life? One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to us addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. 1 to 1100. If you want to build one kit for the rest of your life, what would it be? Thanks for the sub, Devin X. HG Leo, that's definitely like the right answer. I feel like any grunt would be better than most hero suits, but or a suit so complicated that you could literally spend your entire life working on one instance of it. Stream hiccup to what was the question? If you could only build one kit for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oof, better late than never. What's the question, please and thank you? If you could only build one kit for the rest of your life, what would it be? 1 to 1100 is the number range. That's a tough one to answer. Yeah, it's kind of a tougher question. Place an order for G Rework water slide. Hopes they're as good as everyone says. What's an existential philosophy question? Wish I'd make a Bandai PG new Gundam. I would put my life savings into that kit. It probably would cost your life savings based on how big it would be. Build myself an army of HGAC Leos. That seems like the right answer. I guess the question to that question is, you get to build accessory kits, other bits to kit bash with it. I don't know. I don't know that there's a official answer on that, but that's a good retort. I feel like HG Leo would be a good one because I could see painting a million different color schemes on it, maybe scratch building custom parts and stuff. Win or lose, you're probably the only draw I'll be awake for tonight. Haven't been sleeping well. It's a bummer. Hope you get some good sleep tonight. Shows actually because there are many variations. Yeah, I could see that being a good option too. Like someone answered Barbatos. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mute it. Whoops, I'm sorry, guys. Blow anyone's eardrums out. Barbatos would make sense because there's how many different forms of it you could kind of scratch build to try to build all the different variations or something if you could only build that one kit. What's the range? 1 to 1100. I tried to mute it. I really did. That mute button just didn't click. I can't hear anything now. I feel like that was probably one of my milder sneezes. I feel like sneezing is always funny in our house. I sneeze extremely loudly, and Kate will have a buildup that sounds like she's going to sneeze really loud, and she's like, chew. It's kind of cute. That was mild. Yeah, that was mild. Had the volume up too. I'm so sorry. Fasten the Beat headphone with that sneeze. I have a ring now. I'm so sorry. It's the dad sneeze, right? Watch the viewer count drop through the floor and the number of questions about what the range is increasing. I'll call time in a moment here. I say Bandai should make the Infant Genesis official as the Lindo Plus Gundam. Tonight disactivate. Thought you would want grunts and multi-weapons like some of the Origin Zaku's to build variant weapon squads, right? Like, I feel like if you're going to do the Leo and you could only build the Leo for the rest of your life, I'd say it'd be the Leo full weapon set because there's all the different weapon variations and stuff. Do we have a question? Yes. If you could only build one kit for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm going to call time momentarily. Imagine building the Leo of all things forever and ever. I can imagine it. I mean, I built 40 something of the Leos, so, or of the Maganac rather. It's not much different. And we also have a problem with gunner markers leaking out more than they should, and the paint is uneven. Uneven, definitely. OSCP beta, I released the Magnac and Leo variants. Okay. Time is called. Okay, 1 to 1100, 185. I don't see a winner. I'll let you guys confirm. But if that's the case, we will draw again in a little bit. Okay, hands. Let's see. What was the number? I already forget what the number was, but there was no winner. 185. The squad of 6 SF Sakus was drawn by the time I was done. I felt like I could build an HD Saku with my eyes closed. That's how I felt by the end of the Magnax, and then I did. Is this the full mechanics? It is. Full mechanics aerial. Okay. Right arm, so right hand. B22. Okay, D30. And then E23 and 28. Show of hands on the ones that got fooled by the fake release of the supposed PG new that happened a while back. I didn't hear about that one. I know I've heard of some of the other April Fool's type announcements. Trust nothing unless it comes from Bandites. Depends on the thing, but if it's a Gundam, it's probably probably pretty valid. Quite some time ago, I had teaser pick and everything, came to find out it was a hoax. It did the same thing, saying we were going to get an MG Vidar. Wish I would actually make an MG Vidar. That'd be pretty cool. And Barbatos is fairly popular, so I feel like other IBO MG kits would do well. That was scary. I almost just lost this thumb onto the floor. I don't want another one of those scouring the floor for half the stream for a part again. But MG Taurus, I mean, that'd be cool, but they really need to make a modern HG first, I think. An MG Kshatriya, that'd be cool too. I have a feeling it's unlikely. An RE100 or full mechanics Kshatriya would be pretty cool though. I could see them doing that more reasonably. Lost the thumb in the MG Jesta and had to use a vacuum cleaner to find it. Do like the sock method or whatever. Kshatriya would be absolutely insane, not to mention crazy expensive, although Panic did say they work an RE100 one, but that was a few years ago now. Yeah, like they got a 100 RE100 Nightingale. Like, I think think that was the original idea for the RE100 line, was to do larger designs that were too expensive to do in MG. Doesn't slow down. Yorina's marriage being open to interpretation. I haven't seen the second season, so who's got RE100 Nightingale today? We got a bunch on the way. I think they're supposed to hit our dock Thursday, so probably restocking next Friday. So definitely the Kashachi would be pretty sick, especially with what they are doing with the DM line now. How would an RE differ from a full mechanics? They're basically very similar from what I understand. I haven't built any RE100s, but it seems like a different name for a very similar type of product. There might be some design differences. Back up, looking forward to see you soon, Dakota. Alright, 100 is UC, FM is non-UC. It's pretty much what it seems. Alright, right hand is good to go. Wanted to get the MG Asteroid Noir D kit, got a base South Korea Limited, Arrow Watch that Devonbreaker Battlelog, had a Vidar that had Wing Zero Customs Wings. It actually looks pretty freaking sweet. Would love to see that made in an actual kit. I think we started watching it. I don't think I got all the way through it. Okay, let's do the left hand. Let's do the open hand for the side. I'll get in the RE100 Nightingale. Gonna have it next to the HD. Or you're asking people who are buying it? Let's see. Do you know if the Gundam Base South Korea Limited GPK 20 Gundam Asteroid 20th Anniversary Memorial version to be released by Bluefin? Now being TCA? I have no idea. Oh, E29. 2 parts for this rotor. And then I need D30 and D21. So let's The other dealer. Just don't think I'm a file nubs guy. Sometimes the Gundam-based limited kits do get brought over. Sometimes they're done as part of the expo and stuff, though. They're not usually regular releases. But there's definitely been P Bandai releases in Japan that get regular release here, or vice versa. Here's the MG Extract Freedom just now. I don't want opinions on it. Got some more of those coming too. Genre of music do you like? I'm definitely a metalhead. A bunch of different flavors of MG Extract Freedom inner frame gold looks like mud. Any idea when the coming reprint of HG Dendrobium will be up for pre-order? I don't know. We were talking earlier in the stream. We were thinking about turning on Bandai pre-orders again with a deposit method versus the full payment method we've been using historically. So it could be relatively soon, but there's a lot of stuff, a lot of variables there. So Forest Ghost, the game's kind of reliable for the Bandai pre-orders, but the 30-day private warehouse sucks, and there's no exceptions. It gets released just a few days after the end of the month. I mean, if you need P Bandai, just order from USP Bandai. Like, that's the best option for P Bandai, really. We built the Bandai Star Wars kits. I have not. I do have a, I think it's an X-Wing on the backlog I want to do sometime. Actually gonna repaint some of the gold pieces of like the gold injection garbage that Bandai has with a much nicer gold. And Star Wars kits are pretty well done. We're in the Bandai Mando right now. Cool. Nick, any tips for filing for a nobody? Using a razor or something else? Because razor's the only regular files I don't like, but the razor is nice. My main tip is just trying not to file in a straight line back and forth, and getting some variations so you don't cut grooves into whatever you're filing. Okay, where we at? You built the 0G Judge? I have not. Okay, so second drop for this MG gin that we're giving away tonight. Let's put a number in the chat between 1 and 550, and actually we're talking about tools, so let's keep that going. What's your favorite tool manufacturer for hobby tools? 1 to 550, favorite hobby tools manufacturer. One number of a person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number have to be in the same comment for it to be a valid entry. 1 to 550 and favorite hobby tools manufacturer. Gunpowder tools make things so much easier. I really enjoy the razor. It's been super helpful, game changing. No one said teeth. Yeah, you're right. Gnawing on the plastic isn't the best option. It's like Disbay is a heavy favorite. I guess if you had to pick one, Disbay probably has one of the widest selections of types of tools. I guess they got everything you need and then some. Looking forward to our big Disbay restock this week. This game changer takes a lot of tedious sanding effort and makes it more manageable to where your hand isn't so tired from constant sanding. They do, and they're great and good prices. Yeah, they definitely got the, they're winning on price for most everything they make. Colgate electric toothbrush. Another chance to get it from Disbay, but I've always heard good things. The song is currently playing. E Honda. I'm looking forward to seeing how the try it table thing pans out. Where the tools from display and God Hand out on display. People to handle and try out. I haven't had a chance to get, no wait, what's the question? Question is favorite hobby tools manufacturer. We need to test using a toothbrush with sandpaper attached. Oh, John, you posted a bunch of answers. You only get one. So I have to disqualify you from this round. Can only answer the question once. Only one number per person. Should say as much as I love display their masking tape as blah. No manufacturer is gonna win on everything. At least not until they've been in the game longer than everybody else, but I've been using Tamiya tape, I think, and having pretty good luck with it. You're no appealing to me. Display just messed me up on a resin kit I was working on, so just one of those things. It makes sense. The MG Freedom worth the 160. It depends on who you ask. I haven't bought one and I have no plans of buying one. It's just not my cup of tea. But I can also see why some people are all over it. All right. I'd say that's my only gripe so far with this is the elbows. Oh, never mind. I was going to say the elbows only go to 90, but that's because the form has to turn to go all the way. Alright, so I got those done. This was the same waste unit that's already been done, so I think I need to clean all these nubs off my desk. And skip to wherever the waste unit is next. What's up, Doug? Welcome. Okay, calm time. Okay, 1 to 550, 292. sure this loads all the way. Okay, 292. I see no winners. I'll let you guys confirm, but we'll draw again in a little bit. All right. Okay, so waste unit is next here. So keep adding on to this thing. Okay, E8 and B4. Where's what I can see? Hold on for one more draw. Spent though. Good luck, everyone. Happy building. See you later, Matthew. Okay. E8. And then B4. I bet these probably aren't visible from outside, are they? Guess I won't really know, so I should clean up at least a little bit. This kind of area looks cool. Yeah, it's a nice looking kit. All right. Fix my tabs and stuff. I know with any mech just over a week out, and I've probably asked in the past, but how many of you guys are local and or going to be local next weekend? I'm really looking forward to this event. I'm also really looking forward to it being over because it's been consuming a lot of my mental energy the last like month or two. Maybe Barks, I'll be there. Wish I was. Wait till Cosmos Lady for arrows out so I can build it up. What are they doing for that? How did they design that to go inside? Okay, good school starting, and we just got back from Florida. I'll be there, still trying to decide. I'm going to try and defend my speed build champion title. relatively easy and has the effect for the bits. It really looks nice. There's a video option to process as well. Wish I could, but vacation time is at a premium at the moment. Typically get up to New Hampshire once or twice a year, so maybe I'll set up in person, pick up next time I head up there. That'd be cool. Wish I could, but it's a little too far to travel with a newborn. I feel that. I want to be really feeling that soon. Okay, E12 and C119. I go for a local, but I'm in CA. It's a little bit of a drive. Let's go back to Wisconsin from California. My sister and her kids out there for over a week. It was a much needed break. That's nice. Oh man. One of these days I'm going to take these things and I need to make a big metal base and then sink some neodymium magnets into each of these so I can park them and move them around and have them be super stable. C119. Excited to be there next weekend. Nice. Planning on anybody that is going to be around, especially if you're local or you're traveling in and you're staying near the warehouse, Saturday 2 to 5, day before, we're going to do like a build afternoon, open up the warehouse, and planning on using it as a spare moment to get any last minute setup done and just hang out. It's a dish rack from Ross I found to hold my runners. Cool. It's the classic holder clip topple. They happen constantly. Like, they're really nice. They work pretty well for what they are. But sometimes I wish they had a little bit wider base or something. Debating whether or not to wait for the KFB ephemeral before I build it. How challenging is it to put it in afterwards, I guess, is probably the biggest question. I know with like painting, I disassemble kits all the time before I paint them, so as long as I set the kit up to be disassembled, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Sometimes it just won't hold certain types of runners, even if you use 2 or shear up any external nubs on runner frame. Yeah, there's definitely different sizes, and they can't. One size fits all is kind of challenging, because if you fit the bigger ones, the smaller ones, which are a little bit more common, probably wouldn't work as well. I feel like burying some magnets in them would work. I have like a metal plate on the desk. The other end is when you can't get it off the runner. Does the area LED could come with the stand for the bits? I don't think so. I think the LED's a third party makes a LED kit for it. Oh, I'm back. Welcome back, Dakota. Right. Oh, I see. That's like one side. This will be the side. I did a video on the LED kit for the ephemeral. That's pretty cool. Let's go back from seeing kids pop. The aerial LED kit would fit in HG. Probably not. I haven't seen it though, so I don't know firsthand. You could definitely put LEDs in HG though. You're just gonna want some finer gauge wire and such. Okay, C2 19. It was not so much fun, I didn't realize they lip synced. Designs has some great tiny LEDs with some really small wire that work in 1144 kits. Do they like pre-solder to the wire? They're probably like little like surface mount LEDs, but pre-soldered or something. How's the stream going? Good so far. Enjoying the full mechanics aerial here. Putting a couple into a kit for next weekend. Cool. What do they provide for like running it? Like, are they just the LEDs on a wire? You just wire it up to a power source? Or are they providing any sort of electronics to control it? I'm thinking about that a whole bunch. See you later, John. You just set the power requirement for the LEDs for the most part. 3-volt watch battery with the switch. Gotcha. I'm thinking about like designing a controller board or something that gives you some flexibility and options. It's fun when your 5-year-old wants to go to sleep. You sit in the kitchen with my wife and I try to make like dinner. So my G1 Optimus Prime eyes, the 2 different pulse and breathing LEDs for the Matrix. Oh, do they have like a pulsed mode or something? Really interested in adding LEDs to builds. I realized I'm not going to go around flipping tiny switches every night. I'd do if I made them automatic with a photoresistor or something. That would make a lot of sense. Use small fiber optic cable and a single LED on a few kits. Fiber through the kit is challenging, but look pretty good when done. That wouldn't be super hard. I feel like you'd want one that you'd have options so you could like turn it on and off in different ways, like photo mode or whatever, photoresistor mode, photodiode actually. Maybe some sort of wireless control. Started messing with LEDs yet. I mean, I'm a electrical and computer engineer by training, so I've done a lot of LED stuff in products. Most of the cheap games on LED controls have a timer set up an app. Makes sense. So it wouldn't be super hard to design a little tiny PCB or something and have it set up for, you know, programmability or whatever. Fire LEDs, welding LEDs, lightning LEDs, sirens, plain lighting, etc. Snake IPC 610 certified. I am not. I don't even know what that is. I probably should. Okay, E9. Have you tried fixing the infamous Bandai LED units? I have. I haven't played with any of those. All right, let's do the next draw. PCB soldering related certification. Ah, okay. Yeah, I suck at soldering. I've been messing with it a little bit. I've had to do something the other day where I was hacking some wires together for some friends, and it was ugly. Okay, so let's see. Let's figure out what the number range is. Okay, so we're going to do a number from 1 to 250, and let's make the question about LEDs. Have you ever considered using LEDs in a kit? 1 to 250, ever have or ever considered using LEDs in a kit? One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the comment, and the number rather, have to be in the same comments for it to be a valid entry. 1 to 250. Have you or have you considered using LEDs in a kit? Okay. Never wanted to. You learn simple circuits. Should do a tutorial or something on it. Or figure out how to offer an inexpensive set of parts. When I work in a company that manufactures LEDs and lighting components, that's cool. Watching Japanese builders show the whole process, try and learn before investing in the tools. Got a few Star Trek ships that I'll be doing for LEDs, and those will be a pain. I saw at one of the IPMS shows relatively locally here. Someone had I think it was a Galactica or something, Battlestar Galactica, that had LEDs, like pinhole LEDs all over. It was crazy. Like the whole hangar deck and stuff. Once we eventually get LEDs, I want to put one in the head of my HG gyro. AF1 3. It was the number range 1 to 250. Put KO Bandai LEDs in my double master grades and magnetic LEDs version KO. What's KO stand for? Oh, knockoff. That's what it stands for. We've carried the Delpy's got some LED sets that are kind of like the Bandai ones, I think. To me, the LEDs beyond just the eyes is where things gets more interesting when you see builds like that spider build or whatever from the Redacted contest. I used it for a few different things. I think that's where it gets really interesting. Not that it's not cool to do LEDs for that, but okay. I'll call time here. A bunch of LEDs coming for my second chapter build. They're gonna be neat. Sadly, this fiber optic lights didn't work out in final assembly. Yeah, I mean, stuff happens, but you could tell that a lot of effort went into that. Okay, calling time. Number from 1 to 250 this time. Number 31. The old guy that does the headlights that use magnets to trigger, but meaning to get someone over to build one into my MG that accepts them. Okay. I don't see a winner, so I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case. Then we'll drag in a little bit. Some Facebook ads for a beginner Arduino board for like $10. Wondering if it's a good place to start for LEDs. I don't think you need an Arduino to do LEDs, really. I mean, you essentially just need a power source and the LED and some wire. Theoretically, you should have a resistor in there, but practically speaking, a lot of the time you don't actually need one. B6 and B3. If you want to do something fancy, like have it do random patterns and stuff, Arduino would be an interesting way to go. That's the kind of thing that I kind of want to create a product for. I've been tempted to. maybe I'll have to do that if some time opens up. And you do that. I've seen people use T-lights and got the T-light circuitry, the little battery-powered T-lights to do like flickering. Right, LEDs typically near resistor I found. It depends on the LED though. Like they're supposed to, like circuit theory, whatever, they're pretty much always going to tell you to need a LED. I think it depends how much resistance is in the circuit already. That's all I needed for specific instructions: a power switch and a power source. But I'd love to build a little low power board that maybe has a tiny microcontroller on it and, like, I don't know, 3 to 5 channels to wire LEDs into. And either each channel does a different type of behavior, or you can program them maybe just by flipping a dip switch or popping a resistor on or off the board or something. I don't know exactly how that would go. So it wouldn't require any sort of fancy programming, so to speak. You don't want to necessarily have to connect it to a phone or anything fancy like that, and that would drive the cost way up. Yeah, on-off switch, some sort of circuitry to have a place to wire in the on-off switch, and you either set it up with like screw terminals or some sort of plug-based thing, or just some pads or holes that you could solder into. You could probably do 2 versions: a cheap one that's requires you to maybe solder some stuff, has less parts on the board, or a more expensive one that's got screw terminals so you don't have to know basically anything. Easy button. LED talk sounds like electrical engineering to me. Super noob here. Yeah, I mean that's basically what my electrical engineering degree is boiling down to, is this LED talk. Not LED related, but I really just want someone to make complete inserts for HDMG that have on-eye and detail appearance that would basically replace the head insert in the kits. That'd be pretty cool. Check out Blinky Bricks or other Lego lighting kits. Many have these type of boards already: flicker, blink, etc. I wish I had more time. I'd go download some schematic capture stuff and start doing design work tomorrow if I wasn't so freaking busy right now. Be hard because even with Saku band I keep changing it up, but it's hard. Some kids have no clear selection to paint a circle or trying to get the clear piece on MG to look right. Mono-wise could definitely be challenging. Flexible LEDs, like the filaments or whatever. I've seen the Boyle Hobby Time uses some LED filaments to create some really cool effects. Yeah, those are pretty cool. LEDs that just need the base to light up, right? All right, E15, let's see. E2, oh cool. Okay, B9. The wireless LEDs, they use the base to power those are interesting for sure. Yeah, they use like induction or whatever to power from the base into the whatever it is that they're powering. Those are cool. Right now, I just knocked all our runners down too. Keep an eye on one, can't pull the trigger. Missed it. What was the winning number? Last draw was I think 31. There was no winner as far as I'm aware. So we got one more draw in a moment. So that one's on there. Let's do this part, and then we're gonna pick one more range for the final draw. Figure out what my question is here, I guess. The undergating's nice on these, that some of these parts are undergated, but they're very tricky to find that tiny little bit of remnant on sometimes to get them fully clean. All right. So next up is the front part, but we should pick a final number range and a final question. I got a question, another market research question for you. So let's do a number from 1 to 110, and I want you to answer the question: would you ever consider taking a gunflow related class? like paying money to learn some sort of Gunpla related skill, building wise, painting, doing LEDs, who knows what that topic is, but would you consider it? So 1 to 110, and would you ever consider taking a Gunpla related class? One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. And your answer to the question and the number in the same comment for the valid entry. So 1 to 110, and would you ever consider taking a Gunpla class? Short one-day workshops would be cool. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Be interested to see how this seminar thing goes that we're doing at AnyMech, and maybe trying to scale something like that up to more like a day-long event in and of itself. Yes, please help my 30-plus boomer self. Yes, I'd pay a lot for someone to teach me how to customize. Interesting. Okay. Actually, I probably, if it's free maybe, I'm thinking something that would be probably a paid class, because somebody's going to put a lot of effort into building a curriculum for a one-day or a weekend-long class, I would think. I know there's some places I heard somebody lives in Thailand or something. There's a local place that offers some class that took like an airbrushing class. Which to me seems really interesting, because the idea of trying to learn certain Gunpla related skills, some of them are really difficult. Airbrushing is a kind of hard learning curve sometimes, lots of trial and error until you really get it. And I could totally see somebody wanting to skip part of that learning curve. I think we'll start the IRL Gunpla Academy. Maybe that's what I should call it. Good question would be, do you bring in your own Gunpla, or does the class provide it? I think it would depend on the class and the cost. I could totally see building that in, right? Imagine a classroom where you show up and there's a classroom with a dozen airbrush spray booths and airbrushes and stuff like that, and you walk in, you got all the materials, the kit is already there, perhaps, or you get the kit in the mail the week beforehand to prep, so you can focus on just the painting or something like that. Like, I could see that being a pretty fun thing. Depending on what the class was. The question: would you ever consider taking a Gunpla related class? It takes 8 hours to make 1 hour of class time, or 4 hours to make 8 hours of class time. I can never remember the statistic. That's an interesting stat. Be interested to ask Lewis how many hours it took him to prep for the 2-hour seminar. I feel like it's probably longer than that even, but based on a couple conversations I've had with him about it. Learning how to mix paint would be helpful alone. Yeah, Korea, they have Gunpla workshops for the ones that can't paint in their house. Oh, that's a good idea too. 2-week class for some upholstery stuff, and it was about $5K. That was including hotel and do a lot of stuff and knowledge. Definitely wouldn't be a 5K class, but that would be kind of the model though. Like an 8-hour class. I could see like an airbrushing one, for example. There's probably some other topics too. Mixing paint can be a class I've used, so yeah, and some of that stuff like airbrushing, for example, I think that getting the hands-on gives you some value over just watching YouTube videos. Like, you can totally learn almost anything these days online, but I could totally see it being faster and easier in person, everything curated for you. down for that, and I even feel like I'm decent airbrushing. There's some custom building paint skills if you just can't match an experienced builder teaching you. See, just having a place to paint for folks to rent out for a day if they can't do so at their homes, at least for local folks. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. We've got a whole bunch of space in the warehouse now that things are gradually clearing out. I should price out what it would cost to build out like a spray lab in the back somewhere. A classroom with some really good ventilation. So scribing class for any Mac, I thought that'd be like worth the flight. There's only so much you can learn on your own. Interest in a class is a way to meet builders in my area. I could see that being interesting, could go a couple different ways too. I could totally see, you know, obviously doing that kind of thing locally is probably something I would look at doing depending on how AnyMech goes. I could also see it going on the road if you had a local venue that could support it. A little bit harder to coordinate that, but personally, before airbrushing, I would love to learn how paint works, acrylic or lacquer as primer for that type of paint, or paint a Gundam. But if I did I'd approach by prepping all parts and painting before assembly instead of taking them apart. Be a bit hard on price, but could have it where they get an airbrush, small compressor, and some basic paints. Yeah, and it's whether pricing would probably depend on whether those materials are kept by the participants or if they're just like rented for the class. You know, it'd be kind of nice to be able to try a few different types of airbrushes, say, and then pick what you really want to buy if you've never airbrushed before. That's kind of a cool thing too, if you took a class like that. All right, let's call it time. Are you through the kit? Pretty far, I'd say. Got the body, arms, head, and waist done now, so it's basically just legs and shield weapons. There's some battery-powered airbrush for like 60-ish, that could be fine for a lesson type thing. Potentially, I have to look and see what would make sense for that. I feel like it would be, it would make a lot of sense to have options. You know, have the one that everybody's using in the class that you know inside and out, but also have a segment like an airbrushing class to be able to try some different airbrushes, different brands and styles and all that kind of stuff. Like Digibox, just extra fee to take home what you learned on. Maybe there's a discount for buying the set there at the end of the class. The local FPV drone group, they do builds where you pay $200, $300, you get everything to build one and learn how to put together and program it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, so drawing a number, final draw, 95. Let's see if we got a winner with 95. Oh, I don't see a winner with 95. You guys want to confirm? If so, I'll draw again against the same range. Okay. Let's try again. 68. 2. James Skipper. And Area Amal. So, James and Area, we're going to flip a coin, flip the Discord challenge coin. Heads or tails, whichever one of you picks heads or tails first, and then we will flip it. Pick tails. Waiting for James or Area Mao to claim heads or tails. I haven't seen it yet. Tails. James claims tails, so if it's tails, it is James, and if it's heads, it'll be Area Amal. So I'm going to flip it, catch it, back of my hand. If I drop it, I reflip. Good luck. It was a good flip. Spence is killing me, and wow, came up tails again. With number 1, the number was 68. So tails, James, you are the winner. Congratulations. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we'll send that prize out this week. I think one of these days I'm going to flip the coins, like, I don't know, flip it like 100 times and see if there's a statistical difference here. So congratulations, James. Condolences, Area Mao. Better luck next time. I think that's it for tonight. I'll see you all next Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Next Saturday, we'll be continuing on this kit. Last minute discussions about any mech, I'm sure, because it'll be the day before. And yeah, and don't forget AUG-SEL15 for 15% off select items. Good collection of stuff. Head over to the Mecha Warehouse before you go to bed tonight and see if there's anything you need. Thank you all for hanging out. I had a good time. Hope you guys did too. And otherwise, see you all next Saturday. What do you want for next Saturday? I am. I plan on being here next Saturday, and then going to sleep as early as I can, because I'm sure Sunday I'm going to be exhausted. So